Dear Butterick, pattern B6928 was not an easy to sew pattern.
Well, hey everybody, Martika here with Martika J Makes. Welcome to my channel. And today we are talking about some details of the pattern of the dress that I am currently wearing. And I'm going to break this down for you in case you are thinking about making this dress for yourself. So today we are talking about Butterick 6928. You guys, this pattern is just so very cute. I picked up this pattern for this dress right here, View A, and I believe that is View A. Yes, View A. And I just thought that it was a really cute, simple wrap dress, and that it is, that it appears to be. And yeah, I just knew that I would sew it up one day, but on Sew Your View on Instagram, that's so Monica, she chose to do a collection of wrap dresses for the month of March. So I decided to go ahead and do this one because she gave us it was about 4 or 5 different patterns. And I thought that I had 2 of the patterns, but I actually just had one, and it was this pattern right here. So I went on ahead and I said, okay, I'm going to do this one. I'm not going to go buy anything. I'm going to use what I have. So I checked the fabrics that was needed for this. And for this dress, I did get size 8 through 16. And that was strictly due to the bust measurement. As far as like the waist measurement, I did have to grade it out a little bit just up to the next, size, which was an 18. But I just did that manually because I wasn't going to buy the next size up pattern just to have that waist measurement when I could just grade it out a little bit. So I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But the suggested fabrics for this particular pattern is linen blends, crepe, jersey, crepe de chine, and cotton blends. And then you need an interfacing. As far as the notions for view A, which is the view that I am wearing and I made, you need 6 5/8 inch buttons. Okay, so like I said, I did get this pattern due to the bust measurement, and the size that I did end up cutting is a size 16, the largest size that this pattern did call for. And like I said before, I graded out the hip. I'm sorry, I graded out the waist. However, for the hip, it would have made it a bit larger. So I just graded it in a bit so that I could just have, just that simplicity of a sleek design, like that, not so much of a flared out A-line look. Okay, so I just graded it in some. So let's talk about this pattern, you guys. I want to show you this, okay? It is listed as easy. Okay, you see that there? It's listed as easy. And technically, it is an easy dress. Okay, however, I don't think that I would have listed this as an easy dress. Okay, I would grade this more on being average. Okay, reason being because number one, I had to cut out 11 pieces to this dress. Okay. So I'm going to let that marinate with you for a moment. When I started counting the pattern pieces, I said, why is this listed easy and there's 11 pieces that I need to cut out? And to be honest with you, if you are doing view B, which is the longer dress with the shorter puffy sleeves, there are 12 pieces. Okay. So just letting you know, when I think of easy, I think of maybe 3 4 5 pieces. If there is a sixth, I think of it as like an elastic guide or something like that. That is my version of easy. Now, you may have some that's more like straight line, that you may have maybe up to 7 pieces on or something like that. But there are a lot of moving parts to this pattern, okay? Lots of movement to this pattern. I mean, you have gathering to do, you have darts in the bodice area and in the back of the skirt. So you have darts there. You also have the tie that you have to turn out. Okay. And you have your collar. Your sleeves are pretty much a given. That's where a lot of your gatherings take place. And if you know how to inset a sleeve, then you do that. Then you have your cuff. You have your buttons. Now, the buttons that I use, and you'll see this close up, are covered buttons. Okay, I actually, and I'm so glad that I did. I had a button cover kit in my stash of that was actually 5/8 inch buttons. So I was glad about that because I really didn't want to have to match up a button to this fabric. So therefore, it gave it a monochromatic look with the buttons, and I think that that was just perfect in that way. But I'm telling you guys, I moved around a lot with this pattern, and that is why I don't think that it should have been listed as easy. Although, if you have been sewing for a while, the steps within themselves, yes, they are easy. But if you are a beginner and you're watching this is not a first beginner pattern that I would pick up. I would say that this is more so maybe like the advanced beginner. Okay. But if you're just starting out, this is not the pattern for you. I'm just going to just tell you that now, unless you have help with it. Okay. But I would just say don't try to tackle this on your own because there were some parts there that was pretty frustrating. It is a woven fabric that is needed. And when I was trying to attach the skirt to the bodice, and I did grade out both so that it would match up, there was like some little bunches that I had to go in and pop the stitch and try to straighten out. And of course, because it's not a knit, which I love sewing with, I could not get that stretch that I needed. So I had to do some pulling and tugging and clipping and all kind of stuff to get it to work. So this is one of the reasons why I say that don't count on this being like a super easy pattern because it is not, and the fact that it has 11 pieces. Okay. So yeah, but other than that, I do feel like this is a great pattern to have in your stash.
Let me interrupt this for a moment because I cannot even believe that I forgot to tell you guys that this dress has pockets. You know how I absolutely love pockets. So if you do too, here you go.
Um, I feel like you could match it up with like a print. You could do it with like a print fabric. You could do it with a solid fabric like I did. I personally think that you could also color block this very well, although it doesn't show that. But you could have your cuffs one color, your collar one color, your tie belt one color, and you could do some color blocking with this. I also think that this would be really, really cute with like sheer sleeves and your solid cuff. So I think that you could really alter this dress in many different ways and hack it in many different ways. But yeah, don't go in there thinking that you're going to breeze through this dress because it did take me several days to actually finish it after fighting with it a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that there with you. Now, if you made this dress or making it and you finished in no time, kudos to you. But I did not. The fabric that I did use, I don't think I told you, it's a green crepe. Okay, I have had this fabric for a long time. I got this fabric for like $4 or $5 a yard at Joann's a couple of years ago from a clearance sale. And I think that I got probably about 6 yards of this fabric, you guys. But the amount that it took to make this, and I ended up having to cut out my bodice twice because there was something that I forgot to do, and I'm going to show you that here in a moment. But I ended up cutting out my bodice twice. However, the amount of fabric that I needed was like 3 and 5/8 inch of a yards, 3 and 5/8 yards of fabric. Okay, and yeah, I did not shorten or lengthen this dress. I saw where it hit her. I am only 5'2", so I knew that once I made it, it would probably hit exactly where I wanted to, and it did, which was like right about at the knee. And so it did that, as you can see on the photos. So I was pretty happy about that. But the one thing that I do want to show you, and I'm going to change the angle of my camera for you, is that this wrap part here, okay? Sorry for hitting that mic. This wrap part here. Now, what I've noticed is that I'm a 39.5 inch bust. Okay, sometimes a 40. It just depends. You know, I'm a woman. We change up, but usually when I make like any type of wrap, the cut is very low, okay? And I don't want like a deep cut in my dresses. So I was told by a sorority sister who is a more mature, I like to call them, a couple of them actually told me this and shared this tip with me on when I'm making a wrap. That way I don't have to do a whole lot of pinning and things when I actually wear it. So they told me how to bring this up with the pattern piece, and I'm going to change the angle of my camera so that you can see that. So, with this pattern piece, anytime I have a wrap now, because I was given this tip and it has worked for me, I do a lot of tissue fitting. So, I'm able to put like the bodice together, pin the pattern pieces together, and put it on to see where this V is going to hit when I do actually wrap it. So, this is the front, and this is the only part that you have to do this to if you need this tip as well. And right here, there's no cutting, no grading out or in or anything. But somewhere along this V, and like I said, I tried this on, and that's why I knew where to take this up. I was told, and there's a piece of tape here because I'm gonna put that back, to just pinch, literally pinch a little piece of that pattern up and then just tape it down. And that is what I did. This is not a dart or anything like that, but I pinched it up, lined it up with that straight part. Now you're going to get like a touch of a curve, but all you have to do is just cut it straight. And what that did was pulled that wrap part, the part that it's gonna layer over each other, it pulled it up because remember you are cutting two of these. So it's gonna do that on both front sides of your bodice. And what happens is it brings that V up a bit so that you don't have such a deep cut if you don't want to show like all the cleavage, because unfortunately, you know, us bustier girls, we can't get past that when we're doing like wrap type dresses and tops and things like that. And if I wanted to, which with this, I probably would have pulled it up a little bit more because it also depends on the fabric that you're working with. However, you guys, it was easier for me to just pin and tack my wrap together where it needed to be without making it look like it was pulled together. Okay, so that is just a tip that I got. And I hope that it can help you the same way that it helped me. I kept my notches, I kept everything the same. The only thing that I changed was that part right there. That was the only thing I was told to change. And like I said, it worked wonders. So you guys, like I said, I hope that helps. I thank you for watching. Would I suggest this pattern? Absolutely. Like I said before, do I think that this came out looking like the dress that I made? Do I think that it came out looking like this one here? Well, you guys, you tell me. You be the judge of that and tell me. And it's a very comfortable dress to wear. And yes, I do believe that I will make it again. So yeah, we are going to just enjoy this dress. We're going to enjoy the little obstacles that we had to face with that. I appreciate those obstacles a lot of times because that is how we learn. So in the meantime, you guys take care. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.